Hey there everybody, it's Missy again. Thanks for joining me today. I'm back with a new layout for the Shimmers Education team. And before I get started, I wanted to remind you that if you are shopping online in the Shimmers store and you mention my name when you check out, then you can get one mini surprise freebie paint to try. So don't miss out on that. Okay, so after many failed attempts to come up with something different, I finally decided to do something that I haven't done in a very long time, but it's very easy and very fun, and that is to use some bubble wrap as a stamp. So this layout is going to take lots of twists and turns, and it turns out completely different than my original plan, which happens a lot. I wanted to play around with some of the original Shimmers paints, and I've got a bunch of them over there on the right opened up, as you can see. And I don't even have a picture yet. I just wanted to come up with a different color scheme. I wanted to go a little bit darker than I normally do. So I'm using some of the Shimmers paints in Anchors Away. That's that royal blue color. Tickle Me Turquoise, which is the color in the middle. It's more of a turquoise color. And then the darker blue is called Ultramarine. And I'm just painting this color right onto the packaging and then using it as a stamp. And you're going to get this really cool circle effect. It's messy and abstract. It just looks really cool. And I'm not pressing too hard. I don't want it to smush too much. I decided to bring in a little bit of pink, so I'm using some magenta and royal red also. And this is kind of, a lot of my favorite colors, but just kind of darker shades of it. I hadn't used these original Shimmers paints in a very long time, so I thought I would try something different. And all of these types of paints come to you already mixed up with water, so they're already wet, but you do have to kind of blend them up. So as soon as you open them, you just stir them up a few times and they are ready to go. You don't have to add water. But if they do dry out over time, just spray some water in there and they're ready to go. So don't be afraid if they dry out because they're not ruined. They just need some water. So I love how this is looking. You know I like to create my own backgrounds, and so I'm trying to go messy and artsy here. So I decided that I needed some brighter pink. I don't know why, I just did. So I pulled out some sprays. This is Vibes and Sweetheart. It's one of my favorite pink colors. It's just like a true bright pink. And it's almost empty. I need to stock up and get some more. This is Colorings in Heidi Ho Blue, and I've been on the Shimmers team for a few years, so I've gotten some of the older style bottles still, so that's why some of my bottles look different. This is one of the older ones, but this is a very gorgeous, almost royal bluish color. It's very bold, and it's coloring, so it doesn't have any shimmer to it. And then this is Vibes in Blue Jeans. So I was just trying to kind of pick some of the colors in liquid form that I already have on there from the paints, and just trying to add to the messy factor here. And remember, the vibes are gonna leave you with a shimmery finish, whereas the colorings are flat. And the Shimmers paints that's in the little pots over there have almost like chunky glitter in them. They're very cool. Okay, so here's where I totally get a different idea. This is a very old picture of my oldest daughter, and it's been sitting in my stack of pictures for forever. And it's got an unusual color scheme in it because I've got a little bit of aqua from the pool over on the left, and then our cement post, which is that reddish maroonish color. Her shirt is orange, and then there's a bright green palm frond behind her. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself to use this color photo on this background. I'm going to make it work because this picture has just been sitting there for a long time. I want to get it scrapped, and I'm never going to find a perfect collection to match that. So this is the perfect picture to use on a made from scratch background. So I added a little bit of orange to my background, and that is pumpkin. That's the color I used to add a little bit of a light orange color there, and then just to pull the color from her shirt. And it's not a perfect orange match, but I think it looks okay. And I'm gonna say, I say this a lot, but I'm gonna situate the photo over on the right side since she's looking toward the left, kind of like that. So I thought, what could I do to add in interest behind everything? And I thought, oh, you know what? I think I have a cut file that is in the shape of palm fronds or something similar to it. So this is actually from the Silhouette store. I have had it in my library for a while. So I cut a bunch of them different sizes and shapes on white cardstock. And now I'm painting it with another shimmers, and this is called Jilted Jade, a very gorgeous green color. And like I said before, when these paints dry, you can almost see like little chunks of ground up glitter in the paint. They're very sparkly and just beautiful. Very easy to use. And this is, you can't mess this up right here. You're just painting it on and it looks pretty. It's no right or wrong way to do this. So I thought to jazz up some of the shades of green, I would pull in some Vibes in Velveteen Green. And this is a gorgeous green spray. A little bit darker. And it's going to have some shimmer since it's a Vibes. Trying to match up the green that's in the picture. It's a very bold green color. Last color I'm going to add to it is one of the newer products. This is the Acrotones, and it's an acrylic paint, and this is called Please Be Mine, and it's more like a olive green color, and I'm just smudging some on with my fingers to give it sort of a, you know, just different shades of green. I'm just trying to make it look, you know, as realistic as I can. And I'm going to use these as layers. This is, like I said, I had no idea that I was even going to use this photo in the beginning, let alone make green palm leaves. But I love how you can see the different colors there. So I'm going to pop up the picture and then use these random Project Life cards that I got from Me and My Big Ideas from Hobby Lobby. I'm just kind of trying to make myself go a little bit on the random side and just kind of use what's on my desk and kind of just make it work, because I'm usually so nitpicky. I was just in the mood to grab things and use it and hope that it matched. I'm going to try to distress up the edges a little bit there, and then I'm going to work on trying to layer in these palm leaves. And I actually really like the contrast of the green up against the background. But then the problem that I ran into was I started to cover up all the cool bubble wrap stamping. So it took me a while to kind of figure out where I wanted to put the leaves. I like everything kind of peeking out from behind the pictures, but I didn't want to cover up all that background work because I spent all that time doing it, and now you can't even really see it, so that's not going to work. And some of it is going to get covered up. I mean, it's just the nature of the process, but I didn't want all of it to get covered up. I still wanted to be able to see the pinks and the oranges and the blues that I put down there. So I kind of like the way that looks. It's different. I'm going to add some thread. And so this is close to that orangey color that I have in my stash of thread. And I'm just kind of layering it in there just to the left. And then this is the blue color, and it matches that Anchors Away blue. And so one thing I love about creating my Shimmers education team projects is that, you know, we can pretty much make whatever we want, and I love to create just a layout from scratch. You know, create my own background, create my own embellishments, create your own color scheme, and then just kind of use bits and pieces that you have laying around your desk to embellish. Sometimes that's actually harder than if, you know, when you're working with a collection, then you've got everything right there ready to go. When it's a layout like this, I really have to search and think, oh, I think I cut out an entire piece of my layout. Huh, let me tell you what I did here. Yeah, we're going straight to sequins. All those embellishments that I added, I guess I deleted that and didn't know it until right now, are from the Crate Paper Cute Girl collection. And this is where it took on a different turn. I decided to add in some flowers from, yeah, it's Crate Paper Cute Girl, and it totally brightened up the layout, that bright, bright pink. And I needed two matching flowers over on the bottom right-hand corner, like Acrotones, and covered it with on some white cardstock, and then used a flower punch to punch it out. And then I just used a bunch of sequins. Most of them are from Spiegel Mom's scraps. I don't know if you can see those tiny little sequins, but they are flowers and they curl up on the edges. So they're very dimensional, very tiny, and they are gorgeous. You've got to check those out. Love how this is looking. I don't know what's happening with my editing. I hope it's not too jerky on your end, but Maybe it's my computer. Anyway, I decided to add a little bit more splattering. I'm going to use the orange pumpkin color and go back to the vibes. Yeah, I apologize. I guess I cut a whole chunk out. That love die cut is also from the Cute Girl collection. And then I decided I needed something right on top of the picture there. Not a lot, but I have some open space there. And this is from the Amy Tangerine Rise and Shine collection. And this is just a cute little epoxy circle that says, "You make me happy." And, you know, I had no intentions of bringing that really bright pink into the layout. My original thought was I wanted to go with darker tones. And you see how that turned out. It turned out to be totally different. And I think it looks pretty. I like those pops of pink. I had the ephemera die cut pack from Cute Girl. I hadn't even opened it yet. I bought it when it first came out, and it's still sitting there on my desk. So I thought, you know what? Find something in there and use it. So anyway, there's the final layout. I really like how it turned out. It was a lot of fun. I really love the colors, and I'm kind of happy that I added in that bright pink. But I also love the darker background, even though I did cover up a lot of the bubble wrap. It happens, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. The good thing is I can do it again and make a totally different layout with different color scheme or whatever. But anyway, let me know if you have any questions about any of these products or techniques or anything at all. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you visit the Shimmers Paint store and check out all the goodies. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.